We blindfolded a pro-Palestinian and a pro-Israeli, sat them back to back, and had them talk. Can conversation break through the conflict before they see each other?
I understand the conflicts that's happening right now is disturbing, what's happening to people from both sides, Palestinians in Gaza especially. What do you feel about this?
Well, I start stating the obvious is that war is devastating. I want to see the war stopped, obviously. I want to see our remaining hostages back home.
Yesterday, I was watching the news. This little boy, he's calling his mother, come back. His mother is in a body bag, That actually sickens me and, is going to be a stain on my heart. So this kind of incidents that happens during wartime.
I'm also sad about the boy and his mother. I've seen images, I've seen videos that was exposed a lot to the atrocities that were committed by Hamas during October 7th. You see the devastation, consequences of war in Gaza itself, and you see everything that is happening. Also, it's devastating. I don't want to see Hamas in power for the betterment of not only for the Israeli citizens, but also for the Palestinian citizens.
Any group of people need to have some kind of proper police and proper army regardless. You have to ask the question, for security, that doesn't seem right. So it needs to be corrected, obviously.
Hamas, as an organization, they do have police officers to enforce Sharia laws inside of Gaza, and they do have weapon factories, and they do have tunnels underneath the ground and all these kind of infrastructure. So it's important to understand that Hamas stated in their manifesto as well, their entire goal is basically to eradicate the current state of Israel and to fight the Jews and establish an Islamic/Arab caliphate inside of the land of Israel. For me specifically, this is where I draw the line.
Terrorists killed 1,400 people and kidnapped 200 people. That's horrible. But in this situation, any army, the next course of action would be just go against that specific target. Instead, they're basically bombed the building. It was disproportionate. That's why I'm actually a little confused.
When it comes to conventional warfare, armies fighting between themselves, an enemy that is dressed in a specific army code in a specific area that that you can find them. But what happens when you are fighting against a terrorist organization that is heavily embedded inside civilian infrastructure? And you see from videos that they publish themselves from the media wing of Al-Qassam Brigade, they firing rockets from tents and humanitarian zones, coming out from houses and firing and shooting, wearing civilian clothes. So it's very, very, very difficult to target with 100% precise accuracy. What Hamas does, and they know that we operate according to international law and we can't attack a specific area without issuing warnings, without sending leaflets.
I agree with you 100%. But at the end of the day, when IDF conduct this kind of operation, it's very heartbreaking to see the human casualty.
Saying no civilian casualties in any war would be an utopia. The least amount of civilian casualties in a war zone is something that we should aim for.
I admit the fact that Israel is a relatively small land. It's the only major Jewish country and it's surrounded by a lot of Arab countries. Would you say the Palestinians are in the mainland Israel, they're much better off and they're more integrated than the Palestinians in Gaza?
26% of the population of Israel is Arab, 90% of them are Muslim. All of them are integrated. I worked in the Israeli parliament. I was a spokesperson for Committee for Arab Affairs. I got to see a lot of Arab Israeli parliament members, some of them identified as Palestinians, but trying to help or bring policy change for the people who voted for them. So obviously inside of a democracy, you have all these nuances and you have all these things that are going on.
I understand that fact. Sometimes when people mention 1948, we can keep on going back though. In 1948, that's where the history didn't start. So the Jewish people had to come back to their old habitat. The Hamas's charter, there's to drive the Jewish people out of Israel, which is also a ridiculous idea, right? Where are they going to go back? That's not a possibility also.
Can I have you guys turn around?
Oh, sure. Yeah, right. Oh, hello.
Nice to meet you, man.
How you doing, man? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. It's so weird because when you sit back to a person, you really listen to the person and what they say.
Yeah, that's true. When it comes to Jews or Muslim or Christian, I don't think we cannot say or. It's just the people or human,
I agree with that. A lot of the countries in the region are slowly beginning to realize, and the leaders mostly, we can achieve something by working together rather than achieve nothing by fighting each other.
Honestly, I feel Palestinian Gaza, they need to be treated properly. They need proper representation and also proper policing. And now that international community, everybody's coming together and vigilant and protesting a lot of the things. So they shouldn't just protest, but they should also lay down the path to peace. Because Israel is just the middle of Arab countries, so it's just a fact, you know. So.
This is why I keep telling people who tell me like, hey, go back to where you come from. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. But I wanted to thank you for sitting and talking to me. And
same here, you know? And I always tell my friends and tell their friends. So that's how our mentality changes.
Exactly. Thank you so much.
Same here.
Thank you.